Good morning, everyone. This is Gloria Adeyeye of T for Two and a Crowd, and today is Saturday. What's today's date again? The 12th, I believe. Yes, today's the 12th. So welcome to this last topic on 2 more before school starts. What we can do to help our children in the coming school year. And of course, as you can see, my hair is back to the twist out it was before. And thank you for all those wonderful comments on my beautiful self. So today's topic is on helping your child set goals and understanding their priorities and what's important for school. So I hope that at this point, even if we haven't started doing much, that we have part of the plans for school somewhere in the back of our mind, and that you can help your child when they're excited. One thing I will tell you about the table setup that we arranged in my house is I didn't expect I knew what it was going to be used for, but one of the side effects that I didn't foresee is that when you actually set it up, your kids will come to you and tell you what their plans and goals are, so themselves, and what they can achieve using that station that you've created for them, even when they already had a station before. So just helping them and repositioning whatever table and chairs they used to study actually engages them and motivates them to want to do more also. And so I talk about goal setting a lot, just generally regarding everything, because we need goal setting for life, we need it for our relationship and our family, but we most especially need it for now because school is about to start. So I describe goal setting as the destination of a journey, and I liked it so much. I actually created a vision board for that particular one because it was the motivation for my other vision board project. So one of the things I would like to share is that when we are talking about motivation with our children, talking about goal setting as it regards to school and setting priority, and one thing we need to do is, of course, break it down to our children, because priority is a word that everybody knows, but if we break it down and make it simpler, it just feels better. So I want to just go priorities, what is important. So what is important for your children in this next school year? And as a parent, we want to be the ones to tell our children what is important, but sometimes that also has to come from them. So ask for their input. What is important to them in this coming school year compared to last school year? How will they be able to come up with goals and priorities that they need to set and accomplish? So if the destination of a journey is a goal, what's the goal? What's important? And that's the goal. So let me repeat that again. If what's important is the goal, we've broken down priorities as the things that are important to your child. So what's important to your child? If they can tell you what's important, then that's the goal. And we work towards it. Like I said in a previous video, you now take whatever that goal is and you work forward. You work backwards to figure out how to implement the plan. So this is what I want to do, but the steps that I need to get there, how do I get there? So you create little steps to get to the goals. And for students and for our children in general, I believe, yes, school is hard. So I'm sure they're swamped with a lot of things to do at home, excuse me, and at school. So most of our children have a lot that they're working with. But one of the things you want to ask them is about how they set priorities. How do you set your priorities? If you can, if you have that covered already, which most people, most adults do, then share your tips on how you do that, and they can now transfer your way of prioritizing to their own school life. How do you prioritize your work? How do you prioritize activities at work? How do you prioritize activities at home, your relationships, your extracurricular? Share that with them, and then they can find a way to relate that into accomplishing things at school. And you never know. It does not necessarily mean that the one that is shared by everyone else is the one they'll use. Yours may end up being the one they actually use. So some of the things I'll share is that because our children have so much to do on a daily basis, and we as parents are also busy, there are so many things they work on. There are things we need to have them put down. So the day before, your child, or even on a weekend, have they pulled out their clothes for the coming week. That's very important because definitely every day is given, but we just don't know what may happen the next day, And if thank God we are in the United States and the light doesn't go off, and you don't need to worry about that. But what if you need your clothes ironed and they've taken the light that morning? If there's a storm or a weather that no one predicted, or what if in your apartment, or in your condo, or in your home, or in a hotel, or wherever you are at the moment, there is no light. How will you prepare to go to work or to go to school in this situation? So that's one of the reasons why I believe it is really, really critical to get your clothes out the night before, or even the day before. I'm sorry, the night before and the weekend before school starts for your children. So have at least about 3 change of clothing for them, or if you can set up the 5, that's even better. So you're done for the week. There's so many things we could also do. You could, your child, of course, wants to prioritize eating with his brothers and sisters. If they have a homework or a project that's due, talk to their friends, chat via, I know they chat via the phones, if they are part of, I'm not sure. Might be wrong on this one. Is it Minecraft? And there's that little community where they can all play together. Or maybe it's via the phone, traditional calling. How will they prioritize all that? I'm going to throw a couple more in there. There's a great TV land, so that's also there. How do they prioritize that? Reorganizing their bags, for the next day, because every day they come home with new things. That's definitely true. So how do they clear out their bags to go to school the next day? I know I need to get better at that with my my more Jadon, the youngest child, and that's definitely on our to-do list for this year. Um, are they calling their friends to talk about homework? I know I have my children. Sometimes they'll head over to their friend's house. Sometimes their friends will come over, or they can chat on the phone about homework. So that's definitely one of the things that they're doing. And do they have a book they've been waiting to read? So all these things that I've listed, how do we now prioritize those on a daily basis and get the most done? Is chatting with their friends more important than chatting with their friends about their homework? Is eating dinner more important than reading a book they're trying to catch up on? Is getting their clothes ready for school the next day, is that more important than sitting for dinner with the family? Is doing their homework more important than sitting with the family? You know, think about it. Is it what's more important? What happened that made the homework lag behind? And if that's the case, then what's more important? So you, as the parent, need to set that example. And I just believe that once we help our children figure all of this out, that they can do so much more. We've equipped them, and as they say, if you can do this for 28 days, then you've set in place a habit that will last a lifetime. And that transfers to going to college. It transfers to going to work. It transfers to just preparing, which is important before you actually try to achieve a goal. 3-2 more is about planning for school before school starts. This topic today is about your child planning for school for the next day before, the night before, or every day of a new school year. And it's our job to help them figure out what's important and what's not. A case in point may be your child saying, oh, we need to go to the library. We have a day that we go to the library in our family, so one day a week. And that may change if certain things haven't been done prior. So if you didn't do your homework, no, homeworks are done there, but there are other things that would make us not meet the deadline. At that point, we won't go. That's prioritizing. Because if we didn't pick out our clothes, if we didn't clear out our bags, and even though I said if homeworks are done in the library, but if you didn't bring your homework home, then we have to figure out what we need to do. So that's one thing right there. And I think it's really, really important that we continue to help our children understand what the priority is. Another one would be, okay, so let's say we are getting our clothes ready for the next day, and all of a sudden we have visitors, and how do you prioritize what's important? If the visitors have friends and the friends, if the visitors have children and the children are friends with your children, then what would be the priority? Should it be getting ready for school? Should it be entertaining the guests? Those are part of the things we're talking about. I would also suggest, excuse me, I would also suggest that, oh, someone just sent a text. I'll respond in a bit. I'm sorry. So one thing I want to suggest is that you take a sheet of paper. I love sheet of papers. Every time I am always saying piece of paper, piece of paper. So pen, piece of paper, write down the things that your children need to get done before school starts. What do your children need to get done before school starts the next day? Homework, right? Clothes to wear, clean out bag, eat, pack their lunch. I have a whole different theory about lunch. I probably will do a podcast. I'm sorry, not a podcast. Probably will do a video about that too. I learned something from Oshita Moore, and it's like really revolutionary when you consider doing lunch for your children for school. Of course, it's better to do it the weekend before school starts. And back to prioritizing for the kids. So what else do we need? You have chatting with friends, you have watching TV, you have reading a book, you have getting on the computer. And reading a book, to me, because technology has moved to things that are electronic, so a book and being on Facebook pretty much are kind of in the same territory, or being on Instagram or being on Snapchat, that's not different. So is that a priority? Are you just hanging out to have fun, or is it a priority where your child and you have to make a decision that that's not what gets done? So list down all those things that you're familiar with your child, because your child is unique, and then you help them number them in descending order, or alphabetically or numerically, and you figure out this is the one thing that you need to do first, this is the second thing you need to do. And one way that myself have found very helpful in my priority is to tell my kids once they are faced, because there are times that the children will get faced with choosing 1, 2, or 3 things to do at the same time. It's happened in my family, and they may get flustered, frustrated, agitated, all those awesome words. You need to help them understand that what's more important. As simple as that sounds, what do you need to do now to get you moving in the present moment? So what's important presently? If there's anything else that's in there that's not important, then you take it out, because there are things that are urgent but are not important, and then there are things that are important and they are really important. So important first, and then you can move to the urgent things later, because just because they're urgent doesn't mean that they're important. So that's how you explain that to your children. I also want to talk a little bit about the goal setting part that I was talking about at the beginning. Goal setting for your children should be something that you also do. So you can find a sheet of paper, again I say that, and a pencil or a pen or a crayon, and you just want them at the beginning of the school year. So the Sunday before school starts, or the Saturday before, or even 2 weeks before. Um, have them write down what their goals will be for the next school year. And once they put that down, there will be goals that they need to reach every week of a school year. And then there will be goals that they need to reach, say, um, maybe around the time that the midterms come out. And so that would be like their midterm goals. Or if you want to get feedback every month, it could also be something that you get from them every month. So they have a weekly goal, then they have a monthly goal or a mid-month goal, which is quarterly, and then they have the goal that's due at the end of the school year. Now, that depends on you and your child, what the expectations for those goals are. But because I believe so much in the power of our words and in our intentions and our convictions, when we write things down, I believe that that should be done at the beginning of a school year. And even if your child ends up not coming back to that paper that they wrote it on, the power of our words is so important. The power of our words shape our destiny, and they have so much power to bring it to be accomplished with their daily priorities, their daily knowing what's important, what's urgent, what's not. So many people confuse what is urgent and what's important. What's important would be, say, taking the train to another city to see a friend who is going through or with their child. That's important. What's not important is trying to make sure you meet a deadline for a YouTube animation post or something like that. That's not important. It's urgent because you have a deadline, but it's not important. So if you can filter things for your children through those lenses, I think that you will really be able to help them. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this icon off the screen. I'm doing so. Okay. All right. And our job as parents is only for such a short time, even though sometimes it feels like it's forever. Um, and in a way, mentally, it is. But physically, for when their presence is with us, for when the molding is necessary, it's only for such a short time. Let's do everything we can to help them develop perseverance, resiliency, to have resourcefulness, to know about goal setting, to know about prioritizing their time, to know that every little effort comes back to them. That if they try a little bit harder, even if it's 10%, like the principal at Hammond High School said, just that 10% makes such a difference. And that's why I'm doing this. It's not because I know something that you don't as a parent. It's just to remind everyone of the things that we already know, the things that we can do to help our children succeed in the coming school year. Every little thing we do now will make a difference. It will help us, it will help our teachers, and at large it will help our community when we help our children achieve their highest potential. Once again, my name is Gloria Adeyeye. I'm at t42andacrowd.com, and under the same names on Instagram, Twitter, and where else am I? Of course, Facebook. Ha ha ha. So thank you so much for being here. This is the last video in this 2 more before school starts project. I hope that the information has been useful for you, and that at any point in time in the future, if you use any of this, that you come back and share how it helped you, and what other tips and ideas you have, so that other people can find the same information and use it also. I'm so glad and so grateful that you're here. If you can see me, I'm giving you a really big virtual hug. All the videos were done out of a passion to just reach those parents like me who are always busy, not because we choose to be busy, but because we're busy serving our children by working, and there's such little time to do as much as we want with them. So, all these little things, as much as they are to help before school starts, are also to build your relationship with your child. This interaction, this memory becomes a legacy for your child. It becomes something they'll remember that you helped them with. And maybe, just maybe when we do it once, we probably don't need to do it again, you know, and that it makes an impact. I didn't figure all this out by myself. I've had so many great people that have helped me, have shared information with me, and so many people that have helped me throughout the schooling period of my children. I am so, so grateful to them. And above all, I'm so grateful to you. Definitely grateful to Howard County Public School, and the teachers that have helped me. And so, once again, have an awesome school year. I will continue to share information relevant to Howard County Public School System. And I look forward to meeting you at some point in the future at any of my vision board events. Have a great school year, and have an awesome time as you enjoy your children. Bye.